had to go like repower my damn the room I'm in because the fuse blown out and all that. So I did hear it on the playback and all that other stuff. And you know what's funny? I was looking at the case and like watching them fake cry.
I
Like I
fucking
wanted to
died.
have sympathy. I
I
wanted
wouldn't.
to have sympathy for him until he fake cried. And I'm like, I still want him to be locked up. I understand like
Okay,
people kind of
I wouldn't
I
say.
still ca-
I wouldn't say.
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. No, no, no. I'll let you finish.
I was going to say this. I honestly do not have no dog in this fight because no black people was harmed. But do you think he's gonna get off? Oh, he's gonna
Okay,
be not guilty.
okay. I'll start off with the crying thing because I saw that coming. Once he started crying, I saw that coming. I was like, watch people start making fun of him for crying. Watch that because
He looks
when
like
it
me when
looks
I'm
fake.
about to sneeze. He looks like me when I'm
Yeah,
about to sneeze, and you just in that.
Oh shit.
That's what he looked
but
like.
knowing how I have my experience with like traumatic shit, and
Hmm.
knowing when you're sitting there, if you saw the whole like from the point where it led to him crying, he didn't start until he had to actually play that shit back in his mind because that wasn't really a crying, that was a panic attack. That wasn't crying because that's playing back. He probably kept that shit held in through the whole ordeal till he had to play it back. Then he had to relive that situation because, mind you, when you're in that situation, remember what's going through you. Adrenaline. You're not.
Right.
No, you're just in survival mode. Now, when it's done, and don't just think of him. Think of everyone that had to kill someone. We're in the middle of we're in the middle of it. You're glad you got that shit done. But when you have to recount that shit, that's when you start locking up and you start actually feeling it. That's why a lot of people who kill people that try to kill them, they have this remorse over it because they have to relive that and actually realize, hold up, I just killed someone. That shit will hurt you. You understand? So that part, I can't pick that apart. Me personally, I don't know. I would imagine that's what it is based on what happened because he did off two people and blew off one's arm, right? He didn't have to go through all that shit. Your brain protects you until you have to deal with it. And I saw it just come in quick, the way he started crying. But what was the other part you said?
Do you think he's gonna go away not
Oh, if
guilty?
he's gonna get off, the way that prosecution is, he's getting off, man, because straight up, it's a clear and cut self-defense case. It's a clear and cut self-defense case, and the way he's crying holds no water on how you look at what happened. If you see the case with all the evidence and watch the video and see all his earlier interviews before this event happened, what he was in the middle of before that happened, like I said, dude went, and the worst part is the thing I didn't know at the time, which is what I know now. He was a regular there. I thought it was his old neighborhood, and he was visiting. No, he was a regular there. It turns out it's only 15 minutes away from where he was, so he was always going there. So he's familiar with the neighborhood. He felt he had to do something about it because this was weeks. Remind you, this started in May, and the shooting didn't happen until what, like August or something. That was a whole summer. So he was just protecting what little was left and what he was familiar with. And he knew the aftermath. He lived it. He saw it. So, of course, if you're seeing everybody has a gun, everybody has a Molotov cocktail, all this shit, you're going to go there packing. You understand? Especially when your job is to undo what they are doing. Because you're not going, it's a case of better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And that's a great deterrent to have a gun like that, especially when you're just 17 years old. You understand? And again, don't just look at the incident, look at what led to it. Because this dude was helping people, he was protecting. And I've seen black people do this shit, and you're not seeing this. That's my problem. Everything this kid does, I've seen black people do it. I've seen footage of this shit. This stuff is not in the fucking news. You're not seeing it. All you know of is the Koreans during riots in LA and this kid and whomever, whatever white owner cocks his gun in the store when somebody shows up. You're not seeing the black owners do it. You're not seeing the grandmother who owns the store telling these people, telling them straight up, you see these white boys here? These ain't your friends. Why are you letting them do this to our shit? You mean Black Lives Matter, but you're watching white people just fucking destroy our town and destroy our livelihoods. Where are you gonna go when this is done? Who are you gonna protect? You don't see these things. I actually dive in and look at all this shit because I know, first of all, this shit doesn't even feel right to me. So when I look into, because I don't trust the news for shit anyway. So when I look into it and I see beyond what they show us, I get a better perspective. That's why I can't go by face value by what the news says and what this person's talking about. No, I got to dig in because this is what's causing the divide. Because this is a clear-cut case. I've never seen something so clear-cut, and this asshole fucking prosecutor is getting himself yelled at by the fucking judge, trying to sneak in, asking why he didn't say anything this whole time. Like, you have a fucking right to remain silent. How is this new to you? You want to act like this is a new rule? And that's what the judge was saying. Like, why are you going to ask him that? You know he has a right to remain silent. You know he didn't even have to come up on this stand. It could have just been you and his defense attorney, and the case will be over. But because you put him on the stand, he has no choice but to talk, and you're going to ask a stupid question like that just to make him look guilty. And everybody can see it. This prosecutor is, I have never seen anything like this. And it turns out he has a reputation of this shit. So yeah, this is clear cut. He's going to get off. If anything, they might find something technical just to appease the public or something like that. But nah, this is self-defense straight up. And he was 17. Plus, I saw the interview with his mom before then. I was like, yo, I know my mom's like that shit. I know she's like that. And she drove there when he was already on his way back home. So she went then saw the aftermath. She got a fucking heart attack, not literally. Then she came back and realized that. Then he told her what went down, and they both were. I'm like, yo, this feels so fucking familiar, son, that I can't just let the fucking news and the narrative tell the story for me, son. I'm going by personal experience and what these people are going through, what I've learned from what they're going through. So yeah, he's gonna get off. I don't think he's gonna get any time.
What about y'all? What do y'all think? Y'all think he's gonna get off, or y'all think he might be? Because the only reason I don't know, because I know the gun wasn't registered. I think the gun he had wasn't registered. At least that's what they're saying. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like my thing is, if he wasn't supposed to have, this is what I'm hearing. I don't think he wasn't supposed to have that gun anyway.
Particular gun. Yeah.
Even if it is self-defense, I feel like they might get him on a gun charge, but it's just like, I don't see him doing no more than like a year or two if he goes. Yeah, but can't. I think he might get off scot-free as well. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Yeah, I think he's getting off.
It's funny that Alec Baldwin isn't going through this shit. He's the one that did not use the gun properly. And it turns out that they were doing this just to pass the fucking time. That's why the gun was loaded, because there's a lot of downtime in between cuts. And now they're saying that when he pointed a gun to her, he wasn't even supposed to do that yet. So what's up? Why is the celebrity getting away with this shit, murdering an innocent, while a kid that was being chased down by 3 white guys, again, the one he killed, the one they keep bringing up, is a crazy motherfucker who was calling him a nigger for some reason, and he's 17 and threatened to kill him. And that's all recorded. He said, I'm going to kill you, motherfucker, plenty times. He was running. What would you do if you had a crazy motherfucker who's calling you a nigger in front of 2 black guys and they ain't doing shit, so you know nobody's going to stop him? Even the people who claim to hate racism gonna let that slide just for them to get me because I chose this. You saw a white kid with a gun, you have a you have a certain outlook on me, not knowing why I'm here or any of that shit. You see me with a gun, you see me, and he's wearing a mask. He has a we call that pouch for the med kit pouch, all that shit. What would you do? 3 dudes chasing you. One tries to hit you with a truck of a skateboard. I've had a skateboard. They try to belittle the skateboard as if that shit won't kill you. A fucking truck will kill you if you hit somebody properly.
I was about to say, they don't remember. And I'm not for this, when a black dude hit the girl with the longboard and all that other stuff, and she was knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit fucking hurts. So that
3 on 1. 3 on 1. And they're blaming the gun, though. They saying he didn't have to have a big gun like that. Okay, you could say he wasn't supposed to have that gun in particular, But don't get mad at the size of the gun because, again, Alec Baldwin used a fucking old school Western pistol and killed this woman. So let's stop blaming the weapon here. Let's stop playing games. What was the intent? The intent matters here.
Shot the nigga.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't feel sorry for Alec Baldwin. Go ahead, Q.
Alec Baldwin is just stupid.
He's insane.
Will Smith taught you anything is that treat every weapon like it was loaded.
Yep. You saw that video, right? When that kid was trying to, when he was on set and Will Smith just grabbed it from him and just undid the gun like in a second and was like, yo, nah, that's how we do it. Yeah, that shit was exactly.
And this is for someone that, that shot a gun in the military and all that other stuff. The first thing they teach you, treat every weapon like it was loaded. And then, don't point it at someone unless you intend to shoot them. That shit. In other words, it's not a fucking toy.
Yep.
Yeah, the 4 weapon safety rules. And it's like, I can't remember them all, but it's just keep it on safety until, you intend to shoot. And I forgot to.
And now that you mentioned that,
the 4 rules are as follows. Treat every weapon as if it were loaded. Never point a weapon at anything you do not intend to shoot. Keep your finger off the trigger until you intend to fire, and keep your weapon set to safety until you intend to fire.
All right. Yeah. So now that both of you guys are familiar with this, if you rewatch the video and see the whole ordeal, watch him with his gun and tell me if he wasn't following exactly what y'all said through the whole ordeal. He did not point the gun at them until they came at him. One of them actually mind fucked him where he turned the gun away. And that's when he tried to trick him and took the one that lost his bicep. That's the one that he tried to trick him. He put the gun away because he said, oh, okay, I didn't know it was real, because he just saw him shoot 2 other guys. As soon as Kyle put the gun away from him, that's when he took the pistols getting ready to shoot him. And he actually admitted that in the case. And this whole time, they're expecting him to say the opposite.
Yeah. This is why I say I have no dog in the fight, because this is play stupid game, win stupid prizes. Especially if dude got his bicep blown off. I was like, you dumb. You just watched him shoot 2 people. Why in the fuck do you think he wouldn't shoot you too? So, but like I said, I have no dog. I do not feel sorry for the people that got shot. I don't feel sorry. I kind of don't feel sorry for Kyle Rittenhouse, even though I think he was in the right. Even though I don't believe he should have had that gun. From a self-defense point, he was in the right. So it's just one of those things where I don't have a dog in this fight, but it's just that he did do the right thing. So this was that I will admit. And, him, following the 4 gun safety laws and all that stuff, it's just like, to me, it's just like, this is a real complicated case. But I think that's why I think he might walk. My pops,
to me, it was the age thing. That's what made me feel
bad. But to me, I think he's going to walk. What was you saying, D-Wolf?
Yeah. Nah, I just feel the only thing that made me feel bad is how his age. That's what bothers me about it, because I'm like, yo, this is I don't like thinking about that, because this shit could ruin his life is already he ain't get start fucking starting his life yet, So and now he's nationally known, and even the president's calling him a fucking that's what's funny. The biobot Biden has the nerve to say something about race and shit like that when let's not start with him. But yeah.
You ain't black.
Calling people Negro all week.
Oh Lord. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, D Wolf. I don't care about that because they call Trayvon a thug. And I know Joe Biden and I don't know what Joe Biden said, and I'm pretty sure he didn't call Trayvon a thug, but the same people that was calling Trayvon a thug when he defended himself against a grown ass man, I'm pretty sure like Biden would probably call him a thug